Shri Sharda Devi and her Divine Play, Chapter 12, page 190. Holy Mother soon became the central figure for Ramakrishna's disciples and devotees. They came to her for solace and succor, and she treated them with great affection. Once, Durgacharan Nag, known as Nag Mahashay, came to visit Holy Mother at Neelambar's house. He considered Ramakrishna to be God and Holy Mother to be the Divine Mother. Holy Mother described Nag Mahashay's exuberant devotion and how the Master's devotees respected her. What shall I say about Durgacharan? He looked upon me as the Divine Mother herself. He came to see me on Ekadashi. In those days, no men devotees were allowed in my presence. They used to bow down to me by touching their heads to the staircase. A maidservant used to announce the name of the visitor, saying, "So and so is saluting you, Mother," and I would send my blessings. On that day, the maid said, "Mother, who is Nag Mahashay? He is bowing down to you and hitting his head so hard it might bleed." Yogananda Maharaj is trying to persuade him to stop, but he does not say a word. He seems to be unconscious. Is he mad, Mother? I said, "Please ask Jogin to send him here." Jogin brought him to me. I saw that his forehead was swollen. Tears were trickling from his eyes, and his steps were unsteady. He could not see me because he was blinded by tears. I made him sit down. He was uttering only, "Mother, Mother," as if he were insane. Otherwise, he was calm, composed, and balanced. I wiped away his tears with the upper corner of my cloth. He came when I had just sat down for my meal. Luchi, sweets and fruits. I ate a little of the food and then tried to feed him with the prasad. But it was hard for him to swallow the food. He had no outer consciousness. He remained seated, touching my feet with his hands, repeating, "Mother, Mother." My woman companion said, "Mother, your meal is spoiled. Let Yogananda Maharaj take him downstairs." I said, "Wait, let him compose himself a little." I stroked his head and body and repeated the Master's name, and after some time he regained external consciousness. Then I began to eat my meal and also to feed him. After his meal, he was taken downstairs. While leaving, he said to me, not I, but thou, thou." I told those who were near me, "Look how wise he is. He would do anything for me." On another occasion, Nag Mahashay came to me wearing a dirty and tattered cloth and carrying on his head a basket full of delicious mangoes from his own trees. He intended to sit by my side and feed me, but he said nothing. He roamed around holding the basket on his head. Jogin sent word, "Please tell Mother that Nag Mahashay has brought mangoes. He will not say anything, nor will he give the basket to anyone." I asked for him to be sent to me. He came with the basket on his head, and a brahmachari took it from him. I had not yet finished the daily worship of the Master. He bowed down to me and became unconscious as before. He was repeating the Master's name and also, "Mother, Mother." Tears were streaming from his eyes. Those mangoes were of excellent quality. Some were cut and offered to the Master. Jogin brought some of that prasad on a leaf plate to me. I took a little and asked Golab to bring another leaf plate. I then put some pieces of mango from my plate onto the other plate and said to him, "Please eat." Who could eat? He had no body consciousness and his hands were numb. I took hold of his hand and tried to persuade him to eat, but he could not. Instead, he took a piece of mango and began to rub it on his forehead. I sent word to the attendants and they escorted him downstairs. He constantly bowed down on the floor and his forehead got swollen. He didn't eat his meal. I heard that after some time he regained normal consciousness and left. Once Nagamahashay visited Holy Mother at her residence on Sharkarbari Lane in Calcutta. The mother described his exuberant devotion. What wonderful devotion he had! Look at this dry sal leaf plate. Could anyone eat it? But out of overwhelming devotion, he swallowed even the leaf plate because Prasad had touched it. His eyes were full of devotion, slightly reddish and always moist with tears. His body was emaciated from severe austerities. When he came to see me, his body would tremble out of devotion, and it was hard for him to climb up the stairs. His steps would falter. I have never seen such devotion in anyone. Holy Mother once gave him a cloth, but Nagamahashay never used it. On special occasions, he would tie it around his head. Sometimes he would say, "Mother is more gracious than father." Jai Ma.